guys, question for you: is Michelle Obama being considered as our next president? Look at her muscle. So, yeah, these deep fake business. I'm telling you, man, it's on another level. I don't know who started this stuff, but it's something that these AIs are out of control, man. Listen to this.
I am president. I'm gonna tell you what people need, huh? People need money. Lots and lots of money. That's right. We gonna print so much damn money. I'm gonna give every single American $1 million. And then we gonna have a big ass party with all us millionaires.
What's up, guys? It's boy Benny. Beware the Ides of March is what Julius Caesar was warned when the Senate was about to betray him and stab him in the back and steal his power. And as Joe Biden would say, and return to the national pressure. Everyone knows that Joe Biden is suffering from dementia and from strokes. And
He's too much.
And has to literally be ushered off the stage at events and have people scream and yell at him. Joe Biden is not fit to be commander-in-chief. And now you're beginning to see the Ides of March surrounding him as various people from his administration are saying, I'm ready to serve as president. Kamala Harris says she's ready to step into the role as president if Biden is unwell. I may have to take over, Kamala Harris says, while she's the one who shows up at Ground Zero for the September 11th remembrance moment.
Well, that's ain't nobody ready for this. Nobody want this.
No,
even the Democrats, like, please be serious. Her word salad and her supposed rhymes. Nobody's interested in that. You know,
it's like, Ika, you're a diversity hire. Stop, please.
Nobody cares. Oh my Lord! I did put out a truth bomb about her, and she's one of those characters, man. I'll tell you, I don't know what to do with this woman. She's on the. I don't know where she's from. I don't know how she got into politics, but it looks like, I don't know if this is intentional, why she does the thing she does.
But it's a little politics by being on her knees.
I heard that. Well, she's also black. You gotta respect that. Okay, she's a black woman or crucial today in politics. You know, you can't touch them. And you notice all the people that are going after Trump are black women as well. Anyway, we can say some more about that.
These last 18 months, Democrats have delivered. Let me rephrase that. Over these last 18 months, Democrats have delivered big time.
Don't laugh. That was the highlight. That was the high point of the speech. And boy, haven't the Democrats delivered big time. Biggest gas prices, big inflation, more than 2 million illegal immigrants crossing the southern border. That's big. And don't forget the dramatic increase in violent crime in Democrat-run cities.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
How about that?
Make it make sense, sister.
You can't. There is no sense. No, there's no rhyme or reason. It's just
nope. It's charade. It really is. It's all an act.
And
that's often and regularly a position only reserved for the president.
Sorry, were you gonna say something?
Just as a quick side note, if you're kind of curious as to what the words and the body were for the intro, it's Hector Camacho from Idiocracy.
Okay, Hector Camacho from Idiocracy.
played by the wonderful actor Terry Crews.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That was Terry Crews.
President. They're doing it in plain sight, ladies and gentlemen. What else are they doing? Well, let's look over here. Desperate Democrats are urging Michelle Obama to run for president. Could Michelle Obama run for president? Well, this doesn't look like a particularly credible website. Let's go ahead and check with people who are actually credible. And let's undergird this with the understanding that there would be a huge portion of progressives that would absolutely love Michelle Obama to step in and destroy Joe Biden. Cenk Uygur, who runs the Young Turks, said, "Do the right thing, Joe, this weekend. It is extremely selfish for you to run for president. Demands that Joe Biden step aside for the next generation." Young Turks host is decrying Biden's plan to seek office in 2024, saying it's selfish. Man. So Democrats are pissed off, and they are now rage tweeting about it, demanding Michelle Obama run.
Because
Well,
it
what do I know
wasn't
about
selfish in
Michelle Obama?
2020.
I will tell you this.
So, go ahead, say it again.
Because it wasn't selfish in 2020. I mean, hello. Like,
Yeah,
what was wrong with it back now versus back then? I mean,
yeah. But
seriously.
Obama is going around campaigning on behalf of Joe Biden. He's going around doing this little small campaigns. Obviously, he's trying to go for a fourth run now, I should say, because he knows Biden can't win. So maybe he's doing this on behalf of his wife. Just saying.
You know, I mean, at this point, it's a dog and pony show.
Yeah.
We all know it.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Oh, Lord.
There is a biographer of Michelle Obama who wrote the definitive Michelle Obama 2024 pathway in a new book, and he joined Grant Stinchfield on his show in Real America's Voice to explain how it will be Michelle Obama taking over for Joe Biden. Watch.
There's another side to this, too. Maybe another possibility of why they're going after Barack Obama right now. Maybe this is all about Michelle. Maybe Michelle and her aspirations of becoming the next president of the United States, slipping in when Joe Biden slips on out because he's not capable. Maybe this is about someone trying to damage Michelle Obama. Maybe it's the Republicans. Heck, maybe it's Gavin Newsom's people. But maybe, just maybe, Michelle Obama is the cause of all of this hate leveled at Barack Obama. Well, joining me now is the author of Michelle Obama 2024, her real life story and plan for power, and the director of the documentary Michelle Obama 2024. Joel Gilbert is with us. Joel, welcome to the program.
Thank you. So good to be here. Thank you.
Well, Joel, it's a pleasure having you on. An old saying I say on this program all the time is there's no such thing as coincidences. I just couldn't help but notice all the things coming out recently about Barack Obama. And then, you know, was a caller who says, hey, you got to look at Joel Gilbert and his documentary. I thought, well, maybe this may be about Michelle and trying to damage her.
Yeah, I think that may be part of it. The allegations that have come out in the media in the last few weeks really were around for years. David Garrow's book that had the quote where Obama said he makes love to men in his imagination came out several years ago. And of course, Larry Sinclair was from way back in 2008. So the fact that these are coming to the surface tells you that I think there's something going on in Obama world. And I make the case that I believe that Joe Biden is on his way out. I think that's pretty much the consensus. Nobody really believes he'll be the candidate in 2024 because of health, because of corruption, because of his terrible record. And I make the case in my film and book that Michelle has been pretty much copying Barack Obama's path to the White House. Barack had a voter registration organization in Chicago called Project Vote before he ran for president. Michelle founded something called When We All Vote that's supported by the Soros Group for $26 million. She's been running around the country registering people for several years. Barack wrote 2 autobiographies, Dreams from My Father and The Audacity of Hope. Sure enough, Michelle wrote 2 autobiographies, Becoming and The Light We Carry. They're also on Netflix as TV specials. And of course, Barack was the keynote speaker who introduced John Kerry at the 2004 Democrat convention. Sure enough, Michelle introduced Joe Biden at the 2020 Democrat convention. So I think she's positioned herself just.
These are some strong parallels, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can't overlook that.
No.
These are some good arguments. I'm just saying. Nothing happens per chance in politics, man. It's always a work in progress. Even like all the stuff we see today has been in the making.
There's always cogwheels working in the background, even if we don't see them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's kind of refers back to the whole FEMA thing that I was talking about earlier. It's like what's going on behind the scenes that we're not seeing.
Yeah. What's the underlying message here? Yeah.
Just like Barack did, and the Democrat Party has set it up for her. Don't forget they moved the first primary out of Iowa, where she would have had to campaign in 100 counties, to South Carolina, where half the Democrat electorate there for the primaries are going to be African American. She also claims that as her adopted home state.
How, Joel, does she make her way then around Kamala Harris or possibly even Gavin Newsom, who I know has aspirations of this?
Well, Michelle Obama is the best loved Democrat. She's the most popular person in the country, if not the entire world. She's had 15 years of all positive publicity, hundreds of magazine covers, hundreds of interviews, sitcoms, talk shows. Kamala Harris is not a very popular person. Even the black community does not consider her to be black because her father's from Jamaica, her mother's from India, she grew up in Canada, so she's not really considered African American by the black community. Gavin Newsom is from my state. He's a failed governor. He's kind of a snarky white guy. And don't forget, the Democrats have now turned toward ethnic minorities in positions of power because of the progress that Donald Trump made in delivering for minorities with prison reform, the economy, school choice. So the Democrats are desperate to keep their core voting groups of blacks and minorities. That's why they appointed the UN ambassador as a black lady, minority leader in the House, head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, press secretary. Their message is rather insulting. If you're black, their message is, we look like you, so vote for us. That's their message. So Michelle just checks all the boxes. They're really not interested in white men anymore.
All right. What's your predictions as they set up against President Trump? Clearly, I think Joe Biden's the easiest to beat. And I say this with the caveat that if the elections are fair and the systems are fair. I think Michelle Obama is very much like Hillary Clinton. She's despised by so many people. I do get that she's loved by many as well. Do you think she stands even a chance against a President Trump?
Yeah, Michelle's a formidable candidate. She's been working on these minority groups and women outreach for years. So she's really been developing these constituents groups for years. She's very, very.
She doesn't stand a ghost of a chance.
No, she can do all these outreach programs and stuff that she wants. That's great. She can do charity work all she wants. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have the mental business acumen and stuff that Trump does. She doesn't have the wit Trump does.
Nope.
She doesn't have the gusto that Trump does, or the charisma that Trump does to draw in a crowd.
Not even close.
I mean, at most, she's a background player.
Yeah, I think the only group of people who will vote for Michelle Obama are white liberals and black women, black Democrat women. Yeah,
but
but maybe. Yeah, and that is not a small group, by the way. That
not by any means. But
no,
still,
we don't want to underestimate their influence, because we saw what happened with the supposed red wave we were supposed to have, earlier this year, and we saw what happened with that. These were these pro-abortion women, these college girl women who actually turned everything around on a name. It's like they will vote on one single issue, even though the economy might be destroyed, the country is in disarray, we're headed for a war. Nope. If I can get my abortion, if I can have my baby,
if I can kill my baby,
they will vote on that single issue. And I think this is why, even though I'm pro-life, I think Donald Trump's being somewhere moderate about abortion is a good thing, because the world is not ready for that Christian approach to abortion.
Yeah,
if he's trying to
ready
appeal,
for the hard line,
they're not ready for that truth. And I think a lot of people came online and were, oh, abortion, Trump, you are this, you are a compromise. I'm like, bro, you got to understand, this is the nature of politics. You cannot run the country with a Christian perspective alone. You will drive some people crazy. They're not ready for this at least get your foot out the door and eventually turn up the heat slowly. You don't want to turn up the heat too hot that the frog is going to jump out of the pot, man. You need to calm things down. The Democrats understand this policy, and this is how we got into this thing today. We're looking at all this stuff that's going on in the world. Like, how did we get here? Well, it was step by step. And I think if we're going to bring about change as well, we have to be somewhat taking it one step at a time, not drive people crazy with the truth. Even though what you believe is true, you don't want to go and shove it down people's throat. It will cause a lot of people to run away from you. So
yeah, and not to mention what Angela says here.
Somebody say our first transgender president.
I mean,
I'm
just saying.
I'm not sold on that, I guess conspiracy theory yet, but I don't know.
Just looking at the body proportions, I mean, Something doesn't add up.
My argument would be, what about the daughters though? They look like their moms. You know what I'm saying?
No, they
So
don't.
you don't think so?
Not in the slightest. They're much more feminine.
Oh
I don't
man,
think that.
please don't make
I
me
don't think
think
there's a
that.
1-to-1 match there.
Yeah, don't make me think that. That is too much to handle. Leave Michelle Obama alone. Strong, independent black women.
No,
Somebody says.
no.
Oh
Strong
man.
and independent. I'll give you 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
We can give her black too, but we cannot use the word women yet.
Okay. Jury's out on that one.
Oh Lord, this is too much. I can't take it.
Very popular. She'll come in and say, remember how much you love the Obama years, and we never had any scandals. She'll appeal to nostalgia and say she wants to bring the country together again, and that's why she's running. So it'll be a difficult race, but I think my film and my book, I show Michelle's real story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she wants to bring the country together again. Remember the Obama years, except for the fact that the Obama years were the most divisive years of any presidency we've had in history.
Yeah.
He's the one that started all this crap.
I have a video coming up about the worst president ever. I think I did do it. No, I didn't do it yet. So yeah, Obama's presidency was the worst, boy.
Like
it was the worst.
I mean, seriously, stop and think about it. That's when all this stuff about racism came up, and all this other transgender rights and all this other stuff started popping up everywhere. And it's like, this is when Obama was president, we had more decisive action, or sorry, not decisive, divisive action than any president in U.S. history. That's when the country started the great, as I call it, the Great Divide. Really. And we started getting divided into different camps and stuff. Like, this is what is going to be pushed forward if another Obama gets into office.
Yeah. I don't think any of us are ready for this.
And this is not what the country needs.
Nope.
At all.
Nope. Doesn't work. It's deadly.
Like,
if you ask me. Deadly.
And people need to remember this. This is something people need to remember and keep in mind how divisive words, tricky when stress levels rise. How divisive. Because I'm very passionate about this, because people seem to forget how divisive the Obama administration was. Like, and the Biden administration isn't helping that matters at all. Like, I can see them playing the same exact playbook, and it's going down exactly the same. So that's why I'm saying I know there's someone behind him pulling the strings, and I'm pretty 98% sure who it is. So I mean, it's like, come on, people, wake up, put 2 and 2 together. Let's see things for what they really are, not what we want them to be.
Exactly.
Stop looking through your rose-tinted glasses and take them off for a second and look at the big picture.
Whew. Spot on.
Running. So it'll be a difficult race, but I think my film and my book, I show Michelle's real story, where it shows that Michelle was running away from the black community as a kid. She ran away. Her and her brother refused to go to schools where there were all black kids and went an hour and a half away to study with whites. They were doing white flight. And then Michelle, as a professional in Chicago, she made 20,000 blacks homeless when she knocked down the projects at Cabrini Green to give away the land to these Democrat donor developers like Tony Rezko, when Michelle worked for the mayor of Chicago. And then for the University of Chicago Medical Center, Michelle headed up the Southside Health Collaborative, and her job was to deny access to health care to black residents from the South Side. Michelle would do something called patient dumping, which was illegal. If you showed up and you're black at the hospital, she'd ship you back to the South Side.
He's done his homework.
Yeah, but why am I not surprised? Like, this does not shock me in the least.
At all.
Like, I mean, it just goes hand in hand with the Obama playbook. Like, you know, deny where you come from. You promise everything to the black community, but when it comes time to deliver, you shift your focus and do everything opposite of what you were going to promise.
Yep.
And that's exactly what they do. And that's exactly what they did. And that creates the great divide within the country. And that's what turns into what we now have, where we got blacks turning against whites, and it causes racial strife.
Yeah, we're still reaping the consequences of that administration today.
And you got people like you and me trying to heal those wounds, and Tom and Adam and Dax trying to put out songs that are trying to heal that strife. But
yeah,
no matter how much we put out, it's like it takes time.
Yeah,
Having someone else to come in and reopen those wounds.
It's a messy situation, man. Like you said, it's like stepping into a sewer. Now you have to figure out how to clean this stuff. But it's just the other day I was on X and X, Twitter, and this guy just walked behind this white man for no reason whatsoever. I can't share that video on this channel. I can't. And then pull his gun in the back of the head. Cold-blooded. Why did he do it? Because the man was white. Did you hear that from the media?
No.
Have you seen a news that says, yeah, he said it. He said it. I'm doing this because of this. And could you imagine if this was the other way around?
I saw a video where there was an elderly white gentleman walking down the street, and these group of black kids came up behind him with a brick and just yucked it at the back of his head and knocked him in the back of the head with it, and he went down, and they went around him laughing, and then took off and just left him there in the street. And I think he ended up dying because of it, because of head trauma.
And remember, they're fighting racism.
Yeah. Like an elderly black man, like what's he done to you or anybody? Like he was carrying groceries home. He's not a threat to anyone.
Makes no sense. Makes no sense. That's what I don't understand.
And who do we have to thank for it?
The Obamas,
and the Al Sharptons and the Jesse Jacksons.
They've only fueled that. They've only fueled it. And they say they're here to fix the issue. I mean, these people are so bad, and I don't know how any black person still, will advocate for these people. It's kind of like they will step on the grave on these individuals. It's like they will come and stand next to the coffin. Like, you don't care about these people. The only thing you're trying to do is get bonus points. And when black communities, we have violence at such a high rate among blacks, killing blacks, right? You don't hear a single thing from these. They don't go out advocating. They don't hold no signs. They don't address the crimes of the black community. But if a Caucasian man, if a cops happens, even if the cops are even black, they still manage to make that racist. Like, no, they black people working for the white supremacist system. Like, what? And then they say they're trying to heal the nation. They're trying to fix the country. And some people believe that. And I'm like, man, come on, man. Like, are you that delusional to the point where you can't even see the light? I mean,
some people buy the lie. They've not only drank the Kool-Aid, but they just stole the punch bowl.
You said this. Stole the punch bowl. Mercy.
These crappy clinics. So the reality is Michelle has a terrible relationship with the black community. She was afraid of them growing up. They would beat her up and call her an Oreo, meaning you're black on the outside, but you're white on the inside. And she exploited them in her professional career. So I think my book and film really show who Michelle Obama really is.
Well, if she were to get in the race, and I'm sure they would be going to your book and film to get the goods on Michelle Obama. Lastly, real quick, if you can, you've got the gay sex allegations. You said they are old, right? But they're all resurfacing now. The gay sex, Malik is coming out. You've got the letter. You've got the Joan Rivers segment that's from 2014 that's now trending on Twitter. Does any of this hurt Michelle? Real quick, Joel.
It really doesn't. She is a pop cultural phenomena, and I don't think it hurts her at all. She uses those types of things to say that people are attacking her because of her race, because she's so insecure about her relationship with the Black community. So I think Michelle's in great shape. I'm predicting in November, Biden will drop out for health or other reasons. And that's when the party will turn to Michelle Obama, who's the only person who can get enough signatures and raise all the money she needs in a couple of weeks.
Wow. What a logic. That's something for you to, you have to wrestle with that. You have to wrestle with that. I don't know what to say about this. But it's out there. It's out there.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
did you, oh, there goes that video. Did you see this? This came out on Twitter the other day again. You guys spend time on Twitter. Some things on Twitter are not good, but there's a lot of good things there. Listen to this.
Barack! Hey, Barack. Barack, is Michelle running for president?
That's $1 million question.
mm-hmm.
Somebody asked a difficult question. Yeah. Is Michelle running for president? What do you think the answer is?
No.
We don't know.
or some non-answer answer. They're really good at giving non-answers.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
and yeah, Sherry, that was Maxine Waters calling for harassing Trump supporters.
Oh yeah, I remember that. She got away with it.
Yeah.
Remember, she's
which
strong,
you know, if it was the other way around,
remember, she's a strong Black woman. You can't say anything about that.
God forbid if it was the other way around, somebody'd be in jail.
Racist, white supremacist. I love how it's like these people are something else, boy. You call anything racist, therefore you can't judge. You can't judge it. You can't condemn it. You cannot address it because it's being condemned racist. Once it's condemned racist, nobody
it's game over.
Yeah, game over. You can't talk about it anymore. It's like, oh, please give us a break. It's just too much. Oh boy, that's that question. Is Michelle running for president? Barack Obama.
Barack, is Michelle running for president? May we have an autograph? Yeah, photo, Barack. Barack! Hey, Barack! Barack, is Michelle running for president?
That's for me to know, for you to find out. That's for me to know, for you to find out about. Oh boy. I don't know if the country is ready for another Barack Obama years, man. I can't. It's bad enough. It's bad enough.
Yeah.